Anyway, how you doing?
Good.
Yes, sir. How's your season going?
I think it's going good. Just trying to get into the flow of things. Still early in the season, so we don't have as much rhythm as we did last year. Last year we really had a flow because me and August Mahoney, who's at Yale right now, had already been playing with each other for 3 years.
Yeah.
This is the first time I really got to play with my brother. We're both in significant roles, so sometimes it's hard for us to play with one another, but it's starting to get easier, and we're starting to feel the flow. Riley Mulvey's real good for a sophomore big right now. Honestly, I think he's one of the best bigs in the country for his class. I think we got a real solid group. Got some guys that can knock it down from outside, some real good defenders, guys who just know what they're on the court for and just go out there and do what they do. They don't try to do too much. So I think we got a real good group, and hopefully just push to win another federation title. That's really the goal.
Just take me through that sequence.
I mean, I don't even remember doing it, honestly. I didn't want to get another foul, offensive foul. I would have had to sit the rest of the quarter. So I put it behind my back. I was gonna lay it up, but the ball was just maybe a little flat. I could grip it, just put it in. Really, it's like really just being able to be like. Being from not as much and being able to have the opportunity that a lot of kids don't get to be at a private school. Like, growing up in Amsterdam, New York, that's upstate, but it's kind of like a boring city, not much to do, not much happens, nobody really make it out. So like being able to go to a private school where I could just further myself academically and basketball wise is great for me. Like just being around all different types of people, all different types of coaches, teachers, people who just teach me life lessons that is just going to be evident in my life for the rest of my life. So really just being around good mentors and having people that can teach me where to go and what to do. Much really, I mean, Albany basketball is more like most of the kids just do it for fun, but we're one of the teams that stand out that actually play, so we don't really play too much at Albany. If you check our schedule, we playing in Springfield next tournament for the Hoop Hall, we play the Hoop Hall West, Delaware. Like we don't play too much out there because there's not enough competition. So we come down to tournaments like this where we can find somebody that can match up against us and be a good really just competition for us, because up there is not too much, too many people to play. And honestly, it's hard for us to schedule anybody from there because they don't want to play us.
Andre, I'm sorry. Can you tell me, like, what was the feeling like, watching your brother, get those accolades in terms of MVP? I know it's probably usually yourself, but this time it was your brothers. Tell me about those feelings, seeing them up there and getting that award.
It's great. I mean, just being able to, like, that's who I grew up with. That's what made me love basketball. Like, being in the backyard, like, just playing, being at the courts, just playing. Like, we used to dream about stuff like this, just being able to be on the same team, oops, lobs, all different types of stuff. So being able to finally be at a stage where we could we're both really high, like, at high-level players right now, and being able to play with one another is just great. Like, sometimes I'm not going to force things, so being able to have someone who I have unlimited trust in to just pass the ball to, like if they're going to double and triple team me, I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to give it to him, he going to shoot it. So it makes the game a lot easier. He makes it a lot easier for me. Big Riley makes it a lot easier for me and Marcus. So, I mean, we have a real good group, a lot of different options, and I feel like we all have a lot of things we can do in our game, so it kind of gets some teams confused. I mean, it's crazy. It's hectic. You got to be ready when you go out there. I mean, it's definitely a fun environment. It definitely give you another part of basketball, teach you how to play in a real intense situation. So like today was kind of intense. Like sometimes you need the ISO work and stuff like that. So it definitely helps. I think the style of basketball is great. I love cha-chinging all them dudes. Like just the vibes out there is crazy. I like it. It's lit. So probably go back down there with my brother this year again. Probably play with Trav, maybe Skogan, because my dad was actually in Skogan. So like we don't really play one-on-one too much because it get too heated. We don't like each other no more after that. So we'll play like 2 dribble max, 3 dribble max, so that it don't get too crazy, not too hectic. So I mean, it's definitely competitive. You can see his competitive nature. He's really like that. So I think it's crazy. It's definitely hectic. So he beat me a couple times, but he got that Jimmy though, so it falls sometimes. Sometimes you can't do nothing about it.
Is there any particular player that you've had in your game after?
Who?
Is there any player that you pattern your game after? You know, whether it be collegiately or NBA or whatever.
Nah, I mean, not really. When I was growing up, LeBron's always been my favorite player, but I don't think I play like LeBron. So I don't think nobody played like LeBron. But I would say maybe like, actually when I was younger, I really liked Jeremy Lamb, who went to UConn. And that was like my favorite player. That was like 6th or 7th grade though. So I don't really have favorite players because I feel like my ultimate goal is to go to the NBA, and if I gotta play against one of them, I don't want to be like, oh, that's my favorite player. I'm not, you know what I mean? So.
It's cool. We used to always be mad at each other for the next 20 minutes, and then next thing you know, we're playing Xbox together. It's real competitive, and that's what I think we do so well because we're competitive and we love the game, and nobody will get in the way of us because of that.
What is it like playing with your brother on the same team? After growing up, obviously playing basketball, and you guys kind of going through the motions of playing on the same team. How's that been for you?
It's fun. I think a lot of people don't get that opportunity. I feel like I really embrace it because it may not happen at the next level. It's just really like I look up to him. I like to see the things he can do. Him tell me what I can work on and things like that.
All right, with all of the with all of the attention, a lot of attention going to him, obviously because of the his athletic ability and whatnot, and the highlights and whatnot. What was it like, earning this MVP? Here, and
I don't really value it much. I'm more of like a winning type of guy. I don't really care much about awards. As long as we come out with the win, I'm satisfied.
All right, Marcus, how has the recruiting process been for you? And have you been what kind of schools have been recruiting you? And are you leaning towards anybody, or?
I'm not really leaning towards anybody. It's just I'm kind of just taking it all in and just getting what I can get and looking for my coach and my brother for advice.
All right, cool. And in terms of what you think you can improve with your game, what do you think the top? I would say the top 1 or 2 things would be.
I think really working on my handle and using everybody for my team and getting people the ball when they're open and when they need it, when they're at their strengths. Say if Andres or Riley is in the post and he's got his man sealed, get it to him. You got to know he's there. You got to know where he is at all times.
I was talking to a few scouts actually in the stands, and one of them mentioned that you were a great defensive player. Can you talk to me about how important you feel defense is?
Defense is the game. Stops is the key. Everybody can score the basketball. Everybody, like if you got a game that's going offense, ain't much really there for it. You gotta want to get a stop and then score. Then that's where the energy builds. That's where the game. Basketball is a game of runs. Who gets the most runs and who can with it? After the other team gets a run, what are you going to do? Are you going to get a stop? I think the game is all defense. Translates into.
And in terms of the next level, what kind of schools are recruiting you right now?
I have an offer from NJIT Marist, then I've talked to Colgate, Albany, Vermont, Fordham now.
And are you open to exploring other schools as?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, cool.